Moving into a new apartment. Brenda was moving into her apartment today. She needed to bring in a lot of things since the apartment was empty. There was no way she could fly with such large items. She needed to go shopping for a couch and a desk. Brenda decided this would be a perfect opportunity to road trip with her family. They could help her move into her new apartment. Her new apartment was located 3 hours from her current house. Brenda was excited about moving and starting her new year. She was moving to an apartment near her school. She would be living with 3 new people she had never met. She was a little nervous to meet them. She was scared she might not like them or they might not like her. She was excited also. She was excited for what the new year would bring. The new year could be filled with a lot of new memories and exciting events. Brenda made a list of things she needed to buy just in case she forgot anything. She separated her list by categories. She had a lot of stuff from home that she could bring to save money. She took her chair and her laptop from home. She also brought a lot of clothes and cooking supplies. Her parents agreed to help her shop for furniture once they got there. They were going to help her pick her bed frame and her mattress. She also needed to get a new couch for the living room. Although stressful, Brenda was ready to tackle it all. The Cyberbully Confessed. Technology is such a big part of teenagers' lives. Teenagers are always on social media, uploading pictures, replying to people, and more. Because the use of technology is becoming more and more popular, cyberbullying has become a trend too. Cyberbullying is bullying done online. This includes texting mean things about people, posting private photos of others, and more. One of the many bad things about cyberbullying is that one can be anonymous, which means that no one would know that he or she is the one cyberbullying someone. Michelle was scrolling on Facebook one day. A photo of her face photoshopped onto a fat person was on Facebook. Michelle was shocked. Who made this? She looked at who posted it and it was someone with the username ChubbyBunny94. She asked her friends if they knew who was behind this. Unfortunately, no one knew. At school, the next day people made fun of her. It was annoying, but Michelle didn't care too much because she knew she was not fat. During lunchtime, however, it got out of control. A classmate threw a piece of cake at her face and said, "Eat it, fatty." Michelle ran to the bathroom and cried. Michelle's friends told the principal about what happened. The principal made an announcement at every 11th grade classroom saying that if the cyberbully does not confess, he will call the police. A couple of days later, the cyberbully confessed. It was John. He did it because he was mad at Michelle for refusing to help him cheat on a test. John was suspended for 3 days. Michelle feels better. She feels underappreciated. Carol is the secretary of Project Serve, a club at McKinsey High School that gave students the opportunity to volunteer. Under Project Serve, students could volunteer at a hospital, library, orphanage, food drive, beach, and more. There is something for everyone. There are over 100 students in the club. This is probably because it looks good for college applications. Carol feels that she does so much for the club, even more than the president. Carol is the one who talks to all the partner organizations and organizes the volunteering events. This is the president's job. She also takes attendance, organizes all the documents and files, and promotes the club around school. The president, Jessica, is only president because she is popular and knows how to sell herself. Jessica always asks Carol to do all the work. Carol let Jessica do this for almost 6 months. Carol decides to tell Jessica that she feels underappreciated. Hey Jessica, I have been wanting to say this for a long time. I feel underappreciated. I am basically doing my job and your job, Carol says. Okay, then you're fired. You don't have to do either job now, Jessica says. Carol gasps. She did not realize that Jessica had that much power. Not a dancer. Edward really liked Natalie. The Sadie Hawkins dance, where girls ask guys out, was coming up. In other dances, guys usually ask girls out. Natalie liked Edward, too, but he did not know. Natalie was thinking about asking Edward to the dance, but she was shy. Her friends eventually convinced Natalie to ask him. During the lunch break, Natalie and her friends went up to Edward at his usual lunch table. Hi Edward. This song is for you, Natalie said. He looked shocked. Natalie took out her guitar. Her friends took out their instruments, too. Natalie played an original song. The song was about how they met on the first day of 9th grade. At the end of the song, Natalie asked, "Will you go to Sadie with me?" There was a long pause. Everyone around Edward was waiting for his response. Edward said yes, but he didn't look too happy. After school, Natalie asked Edward why he looked upset when she asked him out. I really like you, but I'm not a dancer, Edward said. Natalie laughed. Who cares? No one is really good at dancing. The important thing is that you have fun, Natalie said. Edward nodded and decided to go out with her. At the dance, Edward felt awkward at first. Then, Natalie started dancing, and it was bad. Edward laughed, and started dancing, too. Even though they were both awkward, they had fun. Lactose intolerant. Rose is lactose intolerant, which means that she is allergic to dairy products. Dairy products include milk, ice cream, cheese, and yogurt. Rose hates that she cannot eat ice cream without getting a stomachache. It is something she has to deal with, though. She is okay with not eating things like cheese and milk. When Rose eats dairy products, she will get a really bad stomachache. They would be so bad to the point where she could not walk. One day in class, Rose's classmate was giving everyone noodles. Rose took a bite. It was pretty good. She had never tried anything like it before. A few minutes after she finished it, however, her stomach started hurting. Did the noodles have milk in it? Noodles did not usually have milk in it. Rose asked her classmate what was in it. He said there was a little bit of milk. Rose got mad at him. Hey, I didn't know you were lactose intolerant, he said. Rose could not get out of her chair. At the end of the class, Mr. Thompson asked Rose if she could move. I literally cannot move, she said. Mr. Thompson stayed in the class until 6 p.m., which was when her stomach stopped hurting. Rose thanked Mr. Thompson for staying with her. Rose went back home and promised that she would ask about the ingredients before eating anything.